Today's post is the last in the series on Advent, Christmas and the New Year, and it's a hymn by Charles Wesley based on the theme of one of the most important events around the Nativity, which was the coming of the Magi, or the wise men from the east. They had tracked the star, or what was probably a comet, for many, many months, and eventually had begun to travel to the place where it would lead them to, believing that they would find a royal child, and indeed could never have known that the royal child that they would come to worship and honor was their own creator, the one who had created the stars and created the very comet that they've been watching. And of course, one of the most significant things about their coming was that they were Gentiles, and we see in their coming to the Christ child the fulfillment not only of all the what the prophets had said about the coming of the Gentiles, but God's prophecy to Abraham when he said that through him and his seed, which was Christ, all families of the earth would be blessed. And they brought with them an offering that was fit for royalty: myrrh, gold, frankincense, all very valuable. But of course, anything that they were offering him was what he himself had created as the second person of the Trinity. And in this hymn, Wesley picks that up. Of course, he was a Gentile, and nearly all the hymns that we've been singing in Adullamscavemusic have been written by Gentiles. It's mostly Gentiles who sing them. And so those wise men represented untold numbers of believers, including ourselves. And Wesley takes the worshipping, the offering of the wise men, and he begins to apply that to ourselves and our own worship and offering of our lives to Christ. Just as they opened their baggage and took out gold, frankincense and myrrh, so we open our hearts to him, and we bring him, as he says, the myrrh of passions mortified. Myrrh associated with death is the putting to death of self in our own self-denial and mortifying our sin. The gold of highest value is the gold of our love given to him. And the incense is the incense of prayer and adoration. And so you'll see that Wesley just picks those up, especially in the second verse. But in the first verse he says, "Whatever good I have to give to you, from whom I first receive, I thankfully restore." And just as the wise men only offered to Christ what was already his, so even when we offer the best of what we have, we're offering what belongs to him and that he has given us to give back to him. Hail, holy heaven, descended child, who God and man has reconciled, whom angels bow before. Whatever good I have to give incense sweet of humble